I'm Evan Weiss. I am the CEO of Newark Alliance and also a proud board member of New Jersey Transit. I have both of my board chairs here today, Commissioner O'Connor and Letha Reddy of Prudential Financial. I'm here to welcome everybody, and I'm here to just, we have a lot of wonderful speakers today who can tell you more about what we're doing here. I just wanted to say something quickly about who is here and how they're coming here together. I talked about this last time, but it's almost like the setup for a joke. You have a railroad, two insurance companies, 3 different state agencies, a hospital, an insurance company. We're all here together doing something big, which is trying to tackle one of the most intractable problems we have in Newark, but internationally, which is homelessness. And the only way you can do that is with a group like this, where people with different backgrounds come together to work, to use all the tools we have at our disposal, and to come together to make this real. You wouldn't have that without a mayor, a county executive, a governor, Commissioner Suarez, Commissioner O'Connor coming together to do this, and CEOs like Mark Manigan and like Gary St. Hilaire coming together to make this possible along with their teams. And most of all, with Prudential. Prudential and Letha, like I said, is my board chair. The station's about 90 years old. They're celebrating their 150th anniversary this year. And over 150 years to keep innovating and thinking about what we can do to make Newark one of the best cities in the world. This is yet another strategy that they, and again, so many other partners and members of Newark Alliance are deploying in a way that's kind of outside the comfort zone of a hospital, of an insurance company, and with that, making something possible. 2 things before I end, just again, the mayor deserves special praise here for creating the Path Home Plan and for giving a roadmap to us about what we should do here in Newark to set an example for the state and for the world. And then finally, this all would not be possible in this station without wherever he is with Chris Calori. He's been here 3 months or so at this point. I've been able to speak at 2 different events like this in Penn Station. It's because of him and his leadership and the entire team at New Jersey Transit thinking differently and making things like this possible. So at this point, I want to turn it over to Chris, and you're going to start to hear about the pieces of the initiatives that we're working on today. You see so many different partners here who are working on that, and you'll be hearing about that for the rest of the event today. So thank you again, and thanks for being part of this.
Thank you, Evan. Good afternoon, everyone. Evan, thank you for working with me since December, a month and a half before I got this job, to get this really focused on. Look, when I took over New Jersey Transit, I said I was going to focus on a holistic approach to transportation. We're going to focus on customer service, we're going to focus on infrastructure, and we're going to focus on rolling stock. Every day when I wake up, those are the 3 things I think about. The best news I got in this job, you get mostly bad news, but best news I got this morning is a very objective train rider texted me about an hour ago and said he was on a coastline about an hour ago, and he said he saw an osprey catch a fish in its talons, and he could see through the windows we replaced. Usually you can't see anything through those windows, and the fact that he saw an osprey catch a fish is a big deal for us. Now we got to focus on PM Rush. Look, for me, a few weeks ago, we unveiled a station cleaning and an ambassador program. We did that because we think it is imperative that the customers have an experience that they deserve because they rely on us to get to work and to home. Today, we're going to work with all our partners that Evan just mentioned to unveil a Gateway to Hope initiative. You don't get to do an initiative like this by yourself. You do it with the leadership of Prudential, RWJ, and Horizon, and the mayor's leadership, and Joe Dee's leadership, Commissioner Fran O'Connor, Commissioner Suarez, our chief of police, and so many other people who work day in, day out to make sure a program like this could happen. So when we focus, and Evan said, an intractable problem, we can clean the station every single day. We can challenge our staff to make sure our trains run on time. But the problem and challenge of homelessness is a real one, and it's a serious one. I don't take that very lightly. And I've said this in another place. The line between where a homeless person sits and where we stand is not that different. We just happen to be lucky. We happen to be fortunate These are human beings who need service, who need help, and our objective in working with all these partners is to make sure we come up with a pathway to make sure they're handled appropriately and that they're taken care of. So this station is not their last resort because this is all they can find, but this is a place they will eventually hopefully come to go to work or to be with their family. That is the ultimate goal of this program. And no one has led this effort in a better and more transparent way than the mayor of this great city, Mayor Ras Baraka. I'm going to call him up to speak.
Thank you. I just want to thank the usual suspects that are here, that are usually with us to make these things happen. Prudential, obviously, the county, with us today, Newark Alliance, always a partner of ours. I need to shout out Rutgers because they're here with us as well, RWJ Barnabas, all of the folks to make this a reality. I like the way the train station is starting to look. And I just want to first start off by thanking Chris Kaluri. I think he's doing an awesome and outstanding job. He came in, hit the ground running right away, tackling some very, very difficult issues that people walk away from. They say they're too big, too robust, and maybe we'll let the next person deal with it. He came in immediately and started trying to mitigate problems that have been with us for a very, very, very long time. I'm just happy and proud to be here today. Usually people are responding to homelessness with laws to lock people up. They're responding to homelessness by removing people's tents and giving them a fine that doesn't make sense because I don't think homeless people probably can pay a fine in the first place. So it kind of compounds the problem that already exists. But what's happening here, because of Louis Alario and all of the folks in our homeless office and all of the partnerships that we have, our outreach team, and all of the groups, the community partners, the university partners that are here to help us with these outreach teams that enacted our Path Home initiative across the city of Newark, from an app to outreach teams providing psychiatric treatment to folks on the street where they are. That's just amazing in and of itself. To have a team dedicated to Penn Station and in and around this area is tremendous. It'll allow us to provide opportunity for those who need it the most, but even more so, allow some real change and transformation to happen in this site, into this place that we need so bad, where hundreds of thousands of people come through every single day. So we appreciate it. We are happy to be a partner here in this project. No matter what else happens today, I think this is very, very, very important for us to start off the day, making sure we take care of those who need it the most. And right up the street, I don't know if anybody else is going to mention it, but right up the street we'll have a drop-in center for the homeless population as well, or we say shelter, residents without addresses. So instead of washing up in Penn Station's bathroom, they get to go up the street and take a shower and wash their clothes and get services and treatment not too far from here. A stone's throw from this area, they can walk there, they'll be guided there, they'll be helped there and given the services that they need. And prayerfully, we'll begin to see the real impactful changes we need to see right here in this area. So God bless you all. Thank all the partners for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to call up Senator Ruiz. I met Senator Ruiz when I was Commissioner of Transportation long time ago. And I've always known her as a person who's compassionate in how she governs, and her support is going to be critical to make sure this program is successful.
It wasn't, let's not date ourselves. It wasn't that long ago. I'm glad he remembered for a second there when the commissioner opened up the program, he thanked everybody except for the legislature. I would remind you that your budget hearing hasn't occurred yet. I'm just saying. But I do want to echo the sentiments of my great mayor. I do want to give a great round of applause for one of the greatest comeback kids to enter an administration and hit the grounds running and understanding what's critically needed as far as transportation, but everything that goes around it. I want to thank you, Chris Kaluri, for coming back to the Garden State and for stepping in and running with it. To everyone in the room, welcome to the greatest city in this country, the greatest city in the Garden State. You heard it from our mayor. Over thousands of people come here at any given point, whether you're hopping on on a bus, getting on the path, or going on NJ Transit or Amtrak. And within hours, you can hit the farthest point corridor of the East Corridor or go down to Florida. But for at least anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, you are nestled in the hub of one of the best cities in America. And so in that moment, you develop what you think you know who we are, right? Your experiences in this venue. Were the windows clean on the train? I'm so excited that you can, because the views are incredible. That was one of the first things I said, hey, Chris, can we just at least wash our trains, right? So that there's that kind of understanding that we recognize the critical need for infrastructure. And so you have that piece of someone who doesn't know who we are, what Brick City is about, how we are growing and showing the luster of the diamond that we have been, but to so many in the rough for so long, juxtaposed with reality, right? Homelessness that gets derived from mental health illness or economic, impacts to your household. And now you see the confluence of a collective consciousness that's coming together to really engage in a way that makes sense. We're good about creating policy. This doesn't work, let's do this. But if you don't fundamentally support it with an infrastructure that abates and addresses the issue in real time, in a real common sense way, then you're just creating a Band-Aid. Today, with the leadership of the administration in the city and the mayor, with the combination of state government, with transit at hand, with our public safety arm of NJ Transit, with the private sector together, you see this cohesiveness that begins to address both issues that I expressed earlier. And quite frankly, that's the only way we're going to get things done moving forward. There isn't one entity that can do this alone. It has to be a collective. And so to our private partners who are in the room, thank you for making an investment in my city, in my hometown, where I'm raising my daughter. To the mayor, thank you for your leadership consistently in the spaces. To Chris and the entire team, both at Transit and at DOT, for recognizing what true critical needs are, both from a transportation and a human capacity perspective, and to everyone who's contributing to this positive environment. To one of my favorite commissioners, she doles out the money, so always to DCA, for understanding how municipalities work and function and how we need this kind of thing to always be on time. Did you like my pun? Fell flat. Get it on time, schedule. Too early? We're not addressing that yet? Okay. And thank you, Evan Weiss, for being kind of the thread that just is stringing everything through this to make sure that when we are, whether on McCarter Highway, on Mulberry, on Broad, on Bloomfield, or on Springfield, that people know that they're in a city that understands the needs of human capacity, the needs for progress, and the opportunity to show the rest of the country who we are. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Senator. So first of all, let me apologize. But Commissioner Fran O'Connor said he'll take care of your district in any way you want to, as an apology for me. So with that, look, it's great to have a partner who is not only chairman of New Jersey Transit, but who understands the needs that we're trying to meet. And with his support, we try to do that every single day. I'm happy to welcome Chair of New Jersey Transit, Fran O'Connor.
Thank you, Chris. Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be with you, so many dedicated partners, as we launch the Gateway to Hope right here at Newark Penn Station. In my role as New Jersey DOT Commissioner and New Jersey Transit Board Chair, I see every day how vital our transportation network is, not just for mobility, but for connection, safety, and community. That's what this program's about. Newark Penn Station is one of our state's most important transit gateways. And for many individuals facing homelessness, it's also a place of last resort. We have a shared responsibility to help change that. Gateway to Hope brings a multidisciplinary medical outreach team directly into the station, providing on-the-spot care and helping people access critical support. The program also includes the activation of 200 transitional housing units throughout the Newark Housing Authority, giving people not just shelter, but a pathway to stability. A new partnership with Housing Connector and Zillow will help unlock housing options that was previously inaccessible, using real-time technology to connect people with homes. The New Jersey Transit Police Department will continue to play a key role here, supporting these new initiatives, which complement all the great work they've been doing here with their outreach officers, each and every day with compassion and professionalism. And we're proud to work with local, county, and state officials to ensure that these efforts are integrated, sustainable, and able to be replicated in other stations. Gateway to Hope, New Jersey Transit, the Newark Alliance, and an extraordinary group of public and private partners are taking action to support the most vulnerable of our state residents. This is how we care for the whole community, with compassion, coordination, and a commitment to doing the hard work together. And thanks to Prudential's new Home of Sponsorship, we're not only reinforcing Newark Penn Station identity as a transit hub, but public transit's role in the economy by supporting some of the state's largest employers. Thank you all for being part of this step forward. Chris, back to you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I want to call up Commissioner Suarez next from DCA. You know, we couldn't have pulled this program off but for her leadership to dedicate vouchers for the homeless folks. And with that, I'm going to ask Commissioner Suarez to come up and say a few words.
All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. I think we can do a little bit better. I think we've had a lot of warm up, but good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you. Okay. So I'm here because of really the homeless aspect. The Department of Community Affairs in the state of New Jersey is an interesting hodgepodge, I think I'll say. And Senator Ruiz and the legislature know us well, and I think because of their confidence in us, they often stick things in the Department of Community Affairs that maybe don't always have an easy place to find a home. And that's where the rubber kind of meets the road. We kind of look at this and say, how do we meet the challenges head on? How is it that we factor these things in to make lives better for New Jersey residents across the state? Here you can kind of see we've got a partnership at every level. I like to consider this a capital stack of sorts. It's truly us putting our investments where we think they are going to have the greatest impact. In a landscape that is forever changing, in an economy that we don't know what it will look like tomorrow, we are trying to make our dollars stretch farther, to make sure that we are actually putting our money where it's going to have the greatest impact. And what that kind of looks like in the homeless space is why DCA is a partner here today. Our Assistant Commissioner, Janelle Winter, has on her whiteboard a saying that is, together we can do hard things. There is nothing that we can't accomplish when we are all willing to put in the effort that it will take to get those things accomplished. So yes, we have some vouchers that are available, but what we also have is the resources that we are leveraging in with what Mayor Baraka is already doing in his homeless landscape. We have partnerships with Newark Alliance. We have partnerships with the hospitals. We have partnerships with some of the largest multinational corporations who call Newark home, like Audible and Prudential, to make sure that we are truly coming at this from a holistic approach. And what does that kind of look like? Well, at 9:30 in the morning every day, our team, Ashley, there she is, make sure that she gets on a call with folks from Newark, Luis in the Office of Homeless Services here in the city, 12 nonprofits and providers who are paid for by the Department of Community Affairs, Newark Alliance, and others to make sure that we are targeting what our goals are every single day. Change isn't easy. It doesn't happen overnight. We didn't get here overnight, but what I can tell you is that we have some amazing programming in place and amazing partners in place to make sure that we are going to move this needle forward. I just want to thank everybody for really being here today. One, it kind of makes sure that we are all going to be held accountable for what our actions are going to look like over the next several months, how we are going to be transparent in what we are going to accomplish, how we are going to put these resources into place, and how we are going to make sure that we are approaching homelessness from an aspect of humanizing those who need these services while also making this hub the best it can possibly be for residents who pass through and call Newark home. So thank you all very much. I look forward to the progress that we're going to make together in a collaborative way.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'd like to call up Lata Reddy, who is the Senior Vice President of Inclusive Solutions at Prudential Financial. Lata and I have known each other for a long time. Her commitment and her company's commitment to this initiative is exemplary, and I'm so glad she's here to represent Prudential. Lata.
Thank you, Chris, and good afternoon, everyone. As you've heard, this year marks Prudential's 150th anniversary. And while we've grown to have a global footprint, we are proud to still call Newark our home, the city where we were founded, where we were headquartered, and more importantly, again, it is our home. Because of that, our commitment to Newark runs broad and deep, and it's been focused on ensuring that everybody has access to pathways to financial security. That was true in 1875, when we were the first company to offer Newark's working families insurance or other types of financial services. And we began with burial insurance, so they could honor their families with dignity. It remains true today through any number of the initiatives that we're supporting, including those that prepare Newark residents for high-demand jobs, high-paying jobs, or provide financing to preserve and create affordable housing, or provide capital to entrepreneurs so they can start their businesses. Now, for most of us, the journey to financial security begins with stability. But unfortunately for some, and particularly for those who are unhoused, even reaching that first step seems like a bridge too far. Which is why, in honor of our anniversary, we have made almost $2 million in grants to organizations around the city that are helping in this effort, helping to reach, to stabilize, and ultimately to house those who are experiencing homelessness. And it's why we're sponsoring the Home Of program. Because in addition to amplifying our pride in our hometown, the funds will also enable us, or enable Chris and his team, to scale and to replicate existing efforts that are proving to be successful. It will also enable them to make critical enhancements to this iconic station, this gateway for thousands of people every day who come into our city. Our commitment to enhancing spaces like Penn Station is rooted in our belief of their importance to creating community and connection, and to helping us all understand the world around us, and most importantly, to see our shared humanity. And by joining with all of the partners here today, we are continuing our founding commitment to ensure the dignity of all of Newark's residents. We look forward to working together to create a positive impact on the lives of all of those working, living, and visiting Newark, and to ensure a more equitable society where homelessness is never inevitable. The innovative efforts being announced here today are another step forward and will contribute to that future, one where no one is left behind. We're proud to play our small part in this. Thank you.
Thank you, Lata. I want to call up Gary St. Hilaire next, who's the CEO of Horizon. You know, I've had the privilege of working with Horizon for many, many years on any number of initiatives. I know Jonathan Peterson is here from Horizon. I love when you make that first phone call within 5 minutes, whether it's Prudential, whether it is Horizon, whether it's RWJ, the answer is yes, because they believe in what we're trying to do and they believe in the community they call home. With that, I'm going to call Gary.
Oh, thank you and good afternoon. I'm honored to be here with all of you today at Newark Penn Station. It's a great place of importance, we all know that, for the countless commuters and visitors who pass through this station. But to everyone who works and lives or learns, heals here in Newark. For 90 years, Newark Penn Station has served as a vital connector for the Newark community and for the people of New Jersey. Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey was founded right here in Newark in 1932, over 90 years ago. We've never called any place else home. We've proudly supported many initiatives and institutions aimed at helping to improve the quality of all of our neighbors and improving health and well-being of Newark and the communities that we serve across New Jersey is really central to who we are at Horizon. Supporting the Gateway of Hope initiative is a perfect fit with our mission and values as a corporate citizen. It reflects the commitment that we all share as leaders in this community to assure that a rising tide truly lifts all boats, especially our most vulnerable and disadvantaged neighbors. I want to applaud the New Jersey Transit, the Newark Alliance, and all the collaborating partners and agencies for your dedication and commitment to Newark, and to everyone who passes through this station. Your unwavering commitment to improve this vital hub, enhance services, and bring needed health services and social supports to vulnerable people around the station is truly commendable. Thank you, Mayor, Chris Calori, Evan, and all of our partners for your steadfast leadership and support in this important effort to keep commitment to Newark. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. I want to call up Mark Manigan, who is the CEO of Robert Wood Johnson. He's the last but one speaker. I'm going to introduce the chief next. Before I introduce Mark, I want to say he's joined today by George Helmy and Balpreet Grewal-Virk, who I've had the pleasure of working with and known for a long time. I call them my friends. Mark, I know you know this, but they are two exceptional people who work with you and for you. Robert Wood Johnson spends every single day making sure that the residents of the city of Newark are taken care of by providing them extraordinary health care. This commitment that Robert Wood Johnson is making with Mark's leadership is another example of how they are completely intertwined with not just the mission that we're trying to achieve, but the fact that they core in their believe that this is the right thing to do. Mark.
Thank you, Chris, and good afternoon, everybody. Chris, I'm glad you acknowledged my boss, George Helmy. Thank you, appreciate that. And also Balpreet Grewal-Virk's here. She leads our community health program and does a tremendous job in leading the initiatives that Chris talked to. And she's in the city so much, I think she could qualify for residency. I want to thank our partners, New Jersey Transit, Newark Alliance, the Department of Community Affairs, certainly Horizon and my colleague Lata Reddy, Prudential. We are all in this together, and RWJ Barnabas Health is deeply committed to the city of Newark. Like many of you, many of us in the system, including myself, have relatives who immigrated to this city. We still live in this city. We work here, we play here, we invest here. RWJ Barnabas Health has been in this city for 140 years, and we're going to be here for the next 140 years. I told the mayor when I saw him before, I'm going to steal one of his lines. He likes to reflect on the important words of Mahatma Gandhi, that the true measure of any society is how it treats its most vulnerable. And that's what we're doing today. And that's what we're talking about today. The work we're doing today here through the Gateway to Hope initiative builds upon lots of community health activity that we're engaged in. We're not only doing things like this, we're installing in food pharmacies. We're expanding federally qualified healthcare centers in high schools and churches. We're providing access and direction through our community health worker network and connectivity to not only healthcare services but social services. And as part of this program, we're going to have one of our community health workers right here in Penn Station. Again, I want to thank my partners in all this. And like the commissioner said, when we work together, we're certainly stronger. We get hard things done. So thank you all, and look forward to this project taking off.
Thank you, Mark. I'm going to call up Chief Tresillo. Look, his folks who work in the police department spend day in and day out making sure that they care for the safety of the customers and also the homeless who are here. With that, I'm going to call up the chief to say a few words.
Thank you, Chris. Good afternoon, everyone. If you don't mind, I'd like to begin by recognizing and expressing my sincere appreciation for all of the New Jersey Transit police officers who work here in Newark Penn Station every day. I'd also like to thank their commanding officer, Captain John Hennessy, for his leadership. I want to tell you that you won't find a better group of public servants more committed to the safety and security of New Jersey Transit customers, employees, and the broader Newark community. And this includes those who are at risk, those who we're here to talk about today and to help moving forward. In addition, I'd like to express my appreciation to all of our partners here today who are stepping up to support this truly historic initiative, Gateway to Hope. For the New Jersey Transit Police Department, Gateway to Hope marks an important step in our commitment to both public safety and compassionate outreach. Additionally, it strengthens and expands our ability to offer critical resources to those who find themselves in a situation where they can't help themselves. Every day, our officers take on the difficult work of keeping the public safe. Here in Newark Penn Station, Broad Street Station, the Newark City Subway, their main mission is deterring crime, keeping people safe, and safeguarding against acts of terror. That mission alone is all-consuming. But increasingly, our officers are being asked to respond to the complex social, mental health, and medical needs of those in need and at risk that go far beyond traditional policing. That's why partnerships like this matter. When trained professionals, nurses, social workers, outreach workers can partner with law enforcement to intervene early and effectively, it can make a real difference, both for those in crisis and for the thousands of people who use this facility every day. New Jersey Transit Police Community Outreach has long worked with local, county, and state partners to connect vulnerable individuals with housing, health care, mental health services, substance use treatment, and veterans programs. Today, we're all building on that strong commitment with a dedicated cross-disciplinary medical outreach team, comprising a nurse, social worker, and outreach worker supported by our own New Jersey Transit outreach officers. By meeting people where they are and offering the resources they need, we're creating a safer, more compassionate environment for everyone who uses this station. To wrap up, I'd like to personally thank Mayor Baraka and New Jersey Transit Board member Evan Weiss for your commitment to address the issue of homelessness and for making this initiative possible. Their vision and partnership have helped transform a bold idea into reality. And of course, to all our partners here today, I offer my sincere thanks. This doesn't become a reality without your support and commitment. Thank you. But again, I'd like to end where I began and thank my dedicated police officers who today and every day are the guardians of Newark Penn Station. I would also like to recognize my outreach officers who do difficult work to help those in need every day. You know, I want to tell you a little something. We have outreach officers that work in every one of our facilities around the state. And I never assign anybody to the outreach program. They volunteer. I want to assure you that New Jersey Transit's police department is committed to doing our part in making Gateway to Hope a success. And in conclusion, I would like to thank my boss, Chris Calori, for his leadership. I want to assure you there's no one at New Jersey Transit more committed to improve conditions here at Newark Penn Station than Chris Calori. Boss?
Thank you, Chief. I want to quickly recognize council members Crump, Silva, Gonzalez, and Ramos who are here. We thank you for your support. Let me just close by saying, look, this is the start of an initiative. We don't have a magic wand. We don't get to solve problems like this overnight. But what we're saying to you is, just like we do on everything we announce, this isn't something we announce and we sort of disappear into the ether. We will stay on top of this till it works, or if it doesn't work, I'll be the first person to work with all of my partners to recalibrate the program. That's how you ultimately get to success. I want to thank all our partners for being here. Thank you so much. On-topic questions, if anybody has any. All right, if not, go ahead.
Shout. This is so much better. Can you please explain for us what the outreach will look like? Will this be officers proactively going up to individuals who look like they need services? How do you ensure that people are approached in a humane way? Can you just explain all of that?
First of all, I want to be clear. What RWJ is committing to today is a community health worker and a nurse to be on site here. They will be the ones who will go talk to the homeless folks, and then supported by our police officer. It is important for us that we, just like you said, Joanna, we need to make sure we support these folks and make sure we provide the right kind of support and the right kind of outreach.
I want to add that there will be other professionals involved as well. This is something that already happens in Penn Station. The city does it. I see Bridges Outreach here, CSP&J, the city of Newark itself, the HOT team. Many representatives of the HOT team are here right now raising their hands. So this happens all over, hundreds of times a day, all over Newark. The point of this is just to provide a little extra here, since this is such a place of need that we want to make a difference in. But I'm sure anyone from the outreach agencies, anyone from RWJ Barnabas Health, and anyone from any of the nonprofits who do this would be happy to fill in more details.
Hi there, Mr. Clary. Two questions. One is, what is the cost of all of this? And the second question is, I assume a lot of this population is not just based in Newark. Perhaps they're traveling from New York City as well, back and forth. What kind of coordination is happening between your counterparts in New York City?
A couple of observations. I've been coming to the station for many years, but intensely over the last 3 months. I see the same 30 homeless folks here every single day during morning and afternoon rush hour. So there is a resident population of homeless folks that make up the supermajority of the residents who are here. Our goal is to make sure we handle that caseload first. And the chief has already understood and will reach out to his counterparts at all the other transportation agencies, whether it's the Port Authority or the MTA. And obviously, we'll work closely with the Newark, both the county and the city. On the cost, look, I mean, the outreach program is roughly $400,000. The vouchers are about $3.5 million a year, and then the drop-in center eventually will be $6 million a year. So that's dollars for construction. So this isn't a cheap initiative, but it is an initiative that is designed to solve this problem that's sort of been there for many, many years, and it is going to take the kind of resources. The fact that you have all the partners who are willing to contribute to this is a first for this kind of a program.
And just to follow up, how are you dividing the costs? Who's paying for what?
Well, we'll have a more specific breakdown for you, but I just wanted to give you an overall cost. Other questions? Okay. With that, I'll come and do a huddle later, but we'll do a photograph.
Thank you.